John Fedro with mobilehomeinvesting.net, and this is my first reaction video. Well, not my first one, but my first one published to YouTube anyway. And this video is a reaction video to a couple mobile homes that I've walked through, purchased, and didn't want to comment while I was there to sort of educate because I'm with the park manager. You'll see in a couple of these videos, and a seller in another one. But as I'm walking through, I'm going to sort of comment different repairs. I can't pause the video, so I might talk quickly. When you're at a mobile home inspecting it, don't feel rushed while you're going through the mobile home. Now, this is my first walkthrough, so I know what I'm looking for, and this is a quick walkthrough, but you could be there for 10, 20, 30 minutes, and that's completely normal checking out things, especially when there's a seller. I'm building rapport with the manager as we're talking through. That spot right there of mold, that should be removed and replaced, just cut out. You can bring a tool with you to go ahead and make sure that is not a proper tool, that Sharpie marker. But you can bring a screwdriver with you to kind of poke into wood to see if it's soft, mold. And you want to walk around every square inch of the mobile home, usually press on the walls as well. Go inside the bathroom, make sure you have a flashlight, much like the fact that I don't have a flashlight right now. You want to get in the tub, you want to make sure that it's not cracked. Turn on all the utilities that you can. The power's off here as well as it's vacant. This is a park-owned mobile home. Underneath the windows, it's soft and brittle in many mobile homes, but that's normal. You can just leave that usually as is. Again, with the mold in the closet, so there's definitely water coming into this mobile home from the ceiling most likely, because I don't believe that there's any water. The bathroom's not next to that, or maybe the bathroom is next to that, and I think that there was a leak coming from the bathroom. So water is the enemy of a mobile home. You see on the other side of that wall, there is a bathroom right there. So there's water that was underneath the tub that had permeated into the next room. So when that's removed, all that mold can be scraped out, it can be bleached, it can be used on dish detergent to clean everything out, and then just replace it. Remove, bag it up, and replace it. Wear a hazmat suit if you need to. This carpet looks very good, selling it for cash or payments. With sellers, if there's two of you, like a husband and wife team, it's nice to have sort of one of you maybe talking to the seller as you're going through the home, while the other one's really kind of inspecting things, pressing on things, looking at everything. This is where the washer and dryer would be. It's customary that there's usually no washers and dryers. Try to get pictures of breaker boxes as well. Just so you can remember it later, or if you're working with someone, you can show them. Take video, take a lot of pictures when you're in these mobile homes. You want to check the ceiling. Actually, if you look at the Mobile Home Formula members back end, module 4.3 or lesson 3, you'll see that the big 7 of repairs that we look for. And again, you can see right there, there's a water stain in the ceiling. That was dry, but that does need to be painted. You definitely want to paint those. Make sure you fix the leak, and then paint over that stain, so people just don't even have it in their mind, oh, there was a leak there. You want to check the big 7 are the roof, walls, subfloor, plumbing, electrical, appliances, and foundation. When you're inspecting a mobile home, you want to look at all that. And I was mentioning towards the beginning of this video,
the bathroom is so short.
I'm going pretty quick in this video, and you can do that on the initial walkthrough. You might not want to go this quick, especially if you're just getting started. Absolutely have a checklist as well. But then you can make offers on the home, but before you close, definitely go back and do a more thorough walkthrough. You can renegotiate, but do a final walkthrough. Turn on the water usually. Even if the home is vacant, the park can usually turn on the water outside. I'll show you where in just a little bit in this video. You can turn on the water for just like 30 seconds, go in the home, listen for leaks, turn on everything, test the toilets, test the water pressure. And notice the water pressure in like one side of the home versus the other side of the home. This is in a nice family mobile home park, pretty good sized lots. I like to go around the home after I go inside of the home. Unless it's getting dark, then I'll go in the outside of the home first. There was a little gap here, so you can look underneath the mobile home. But again, that's something, if they're really screwed in, if the skirting pieces are really screwed in, assume that there's no leaks or that there's no debris or craziness going underneath the home. But then before you close, do a final walkthrough. Turn on all the faucets, go underneath the home, look for leaks. Or the whole drainage just going onto the ground, not even connecting to the sewer or to the septic. Right there is where you can see the water meter. Don't go. Maybe I don't go to this one, but I could definitely go to a different one. That pipe on the left is for gas. Clearly, that's not being used. This is a nice aluminum sided mobile home. Nothing wrong with it. Some parks would make you want to re-side this with vinyl, which would be about $2,000 to do. But this park is definitely not asking to do that. That's the HUD plate at the back with the HUD seal. It was approved by HUD. It was built after 1976. Nice metal roof. This is a metal on metal. Looks like around that grate right there, or around that vent, there was definitely some tar applied in the past.
Okay.
Good looking mobile home, though. I don't want to talk about prices on this video because this is online and I don't want tenant buyers to see. I don't want buyers to sort of, just see about those prices. Right now we're walking around, I think, a different mobile home in the back. And as you're walking around with the manager, you can really sort of ask questions. Do you have any move-in incentives for, I see, a lot or two?
Empty lots, if you buy a brand new home from Clayton or whoever, we offer your first year at $99.
Oh, wow. How-
Mobile homes,
We're not gonna buy a new
you get
home.
three, I believe you get three.
Okay.
Okay.
The park manager just said if we bring in a used home, which is good, like we want at least, this park will take homes from the 80s if they look decent. I mean, these homes, some of these are from the 80s anyway. This one's from the 90s. But that'll give you 3 months of free lot rent if you do that, which is not a very good incentive. I mean, we want something more substantial, to be honest. You're probably not going to move many mobile homes into communities, and if you do, you really only need one or
All
two
the pipes at a slope.
that give you really good
Any
incentives.
debris that's massively on the ground. Any pillars that seem to be
This is what I'm
crumbling
looking
or
for underneath the
falling
home.
into the ground. What kind of base the mobile home is on. If anything, if there's pools of stagnant water. How much insulation is falling down.
This looks really good underneath.
Take a look. It looks good. Of all those things I mentioned, there's no red flags at all.
Steps need to be pressure washed,
At least
that's
not
for
this
sure.
one.
My goodness, that looks bad.
The skirting looks not. The skirting's okay with the. I mean, weed whacker holes. Those are pretty common.
That a lot of people do, they'll flip the skirting and they get these holes because that trim up top will hide most of the holes.
That's a really smart idea.
They'll flip it, or you can go to Lowe's and they sell strips like this that sometimes are a little bit wider, and they'll screw them to the bottom to hide them, and it puts an extra layer.
Is it for mobile homes or is that stuff that's on the bottom of the counter?
Or
is it the hard plastic?
It's the hard plastic
Oh, okay.
for skirting. They have a section back there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, we're switching.
So you want to get one of those top channels and kind of put it at the bottom. That'll be an extra layer when the weed whacker. But this park manager is really cool. And the park doesn't, I mean, they're not like attacking you for, you have to get the skirting 100% perfect. Spending time with the manager is really important. Like they should think about you, and it's tough to do that because they got a ton of things going on and like you're not the most important person in their world. But when they do have an opportunity, we want them to think about us. They should like us, respect us, know that we're down to earth, know that we're easy to work with. Hey, plug, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, hit that bell notification. Shameless plug. Good looking mobile home. This is a second mobile home. This is another one. This is a different mobile home, and it's an older model. 3-bedroom. It's a classic. You can tell, so the seller of this mobile home we did not purchase. The seller was asking far too much for the mobile home. Like, yeah, it was just ridiculous what this owner was asking. This one was not park owned. This one was still owned by a person. I think they ended up selling it for like $2,000. But in the hallway, you can see that half the floor is removed. It was soft. Around the perimeter, all of these holes in the floor was most likely due from soft spots, obviously, and that is from water. Look at that floor, the linoleum is just classic, 1990, 1980? That's a smaller bedroom, but definitely usable. This bedroom is a usable size. When you cut into the floor like this, making nice clean cuts, use a circular saw and then measure. If you know it's a 3/4 inch plywood floor, go ahead and use that, because you can see these pipes here. You do not want to cut into those pipes. Some are gas pipes, some are electric water pipes. Those ones were water. And then around the perimeter of the mobile home, I'm not sure what happened there to cause that leak. Maybe that window was open, but water coming inside of the mobile home. On the perimeter of the mobile home, which is what's happening right here, water inevitably came in from where the gutter is up top, and then just flowed down the wall, weakened the whole wall right there. Sometimes it's so weak and rotted at the bottom that the 2x4s are just floating. They're not even connected to the floor joist. So when you push on the wall, the whole thing shakes. That's going to be a problem that's definitely going to have to be addressed. Again, this is another small bedroom, but it's usable. If you go into a mobile home and there's a small bedroom and you're like, wow, I'm disappointed, that's what all of your buyers are going to potentially say. And the seller's heard that before. So if it's a 3-bedroom...
Does this park still have gas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Recipe card.
If it's a 3-bedroom, remember those old recipe cards like that? That brings me back. I think I might have had that one. But if you have a 3-bedroom that has a notoriously one small bedroom, I mean, the first thing you think is that, wow, this is really small. That's what everyone else is going to think, and you most likely won't sell it as a 3-bedroom because people are going to be disappointed. I'd rather you sell it as a 2-bedroom, pricing it a little bit higher. It's got a nice fenced yard, though.
Paying money to take it? Wow.
I'd rather you sell it for a 2-bedroom with an extra playroom, an extra room for a child, or an office, because people are going to go into the home and say, "Oh my goodness, there's an extra whole room here," and then they're going to be able to pay that higher price because it's priced in between like a 2 and a 3-bedroom. But if you sell it as a 3-bedroom, you're going to have a lot of people disappointed, and that's an older home. Does it have a rounded roof? Yeah, it's a rounded roof, so it's pre-1982 with those crank-out jalousie windows. And you probably, well, it depends on if you want to fix those or not, but we normally just keep those. We don't want to have to redo the windows if they're functioning mostly properly. You know what that is? It's the gas meter. It's where the gas comes into the mobile home. You know what that is? It's the water meter. It's where water comes into the mobile home. And that's the meter that goes around. And then right back there, you can see where there's like an on and off, just crank, like hose that turns the water on and off and will go into the home. There's the gas line going into the home and the sewer line going out. That's the hurricane strap. On those older model mobile homes, they didn't have the straps underneath to hold like the I-beams down into the ground. They just put a hurricane strap literally around the mobile home and just belted it to the earth. And so, you know, there you go. The outside of this home could use a pressure wash, or there's a good product called 30-second cleaner. I highly, highly recommend it. It works wonderful, and you don't need a pressure washer, and it saves time, and it's quicker and cheaper. Here's a little intermission break. I was with a mobile home seller here, a wonderful lady, and we stumbled upon these dogs. There's 2 vacant mobile homes on a piece of land. Look at them. There's just random dogs that we eventually did. Well, not eventually. We did call the like Humane Society. That's a no-kill shelter. But
I already have 3.
you stumble upon dogs. Oh, I was falling in love with them. I really wanted to take one of them home, but I already have 3. Now this mobile home is much more beat up. The kitchen is gone. You can see right there. Looks like there's a gas line. And you have to be aware, if you're moving a mobile home to a park, does that park have gas? Or is it all just electric? To upgrade a home from gas to electric, to switch out the electric stove, or to gas stove to an electric stove, furnace to electric furnace, gas furnace to electric furnace, just to switch out the electric is gonna be like $2,000.
This one.
Not including the stove, not including a new furnace. Getting good deals on furnaces, check Facebook, check the local social media sites, or your social media sites for kind of your local area. That was refixed. See how that does not match? It looks like half of it's drywall and half of it's a piece of paneling, which is fine. Doesn't, you know, somebody would still buy it. They really gutted everything. There's not even a floor covering, which is actually okay. I'd rather there no floor covering and we know actually what we're looking at, what we're buying. And you can see anytime that there's a water stain there, the water came from somewhere. Was the problem fixed? And then once you fix the problem, then it can be, then the cosmetics can be fixed.
There was a little litter of puppies.
A little, yeah, there was more than a little.
The outside looks nice. It's got the ACs.
The condenser right there.
Yeah.
Way to go, Past John.
They tried to get
A little bit of mildew there, mold behind the where the washer and dryer would be. So this is a mobile home that must be moved, and the next one that we're going to look at quickly has to be moved as well. And that's something that you're definitely going to do. Eventually, you're going to move. If you're in mobile home investing, you're definitely going to move mobile homes, which is awesome. We can create, you know, we can move homes to where they've never been, create value, up the value. Some of these spots are soft, and some of them are still hard. As bad as those look, I would keep them there if when you walk on them, they're still firm. Like it was wet, but it dried. Even if it was wet and sort of it maybe concaved a tiny bit, but then it dried hard, would still most likely keep it like that. Or maybe jack it up from underneath with a 2x6. And then screw that 2x6 to the neighboring joists. Again, bring a flashlight with you. Be prepared. Don't be like me.
Fluids, moisture over time, something. Yeah, it's a little different, but.
Good sized rooms though, that's something to be very conscious of as well. And roof, walls, you're looking at the subfloor, we're looking at the plumbing, the electrical, like you can see right here on your screen, the appliances, the foundation as well. I kind of go from usually the top down.
Seems bigger than usual.
And again, build relationships. As much as I want to focus on this mobile home and I want the home, it's important to this business is relationships. So don't just like look at the home and then run away. Have lunch with the seller, or maybe not lunch, but talk to the seller. Don't be afraid to get out there and make more of a relationship. If you're moving the mobile home, be prepared to move decks or demo them, because this deck right here, you don't want to move it. It's easier to maybe to demo it and just destroy it, put it in a dumpster, because if you're going to move it, it's going to cost money. It's going to take like a whole nother truck to move, and it's a pain. A little deck like this might not be an issue, but a big, huge deck, if you can keep it on the land, you might just want to do that. So be wary if there's a huge deck or an add-on. And this is a nicer mobile home. This is back in that original park that we were at. Good looking property. As I was watching this video first, I heard that beeping, and I started looking around here in the house, and I was inspecting the fire alarms, because I'm like, which one is the battery low in? And of course there's a video, so when I paused it, nothing was happening, and I'm like, what's going on? Anyway, that story is funny to me. But that's probably the only person. Nice looking home, nice looking carpets. Parks will sell homes like this. Some parks want to keep the mobile homes and make all the money they can, and many parks don't. They want to sell them. They want you to pay lot rent. They don't want to worry about the homes because they got more important things to do, believe it or not. There was a vandalism there, and that's people broke in, as you can probably tell. And And this is cool. I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any questions or concerns, never hesitate if you're looking at a mobile home to reach out to me if you have any questions. Email me at support@mobilehomeinvesting.net. That's support@mobilehomeinvesting.net, or go
Prefer carpet or tile?
go to mobilehomeinvesting.net if you have any follow-up questions or you want to learn more about mobile home investing. A lot of information there. Check out this YouTube channel as well. And I hope this was helpful. Keep investing in mobile homes. Take action daily. If you have any questions or want to potentially work together, again, I'm around. I'll talk to you soon.